Good morning, you guys. Today is the 13th of April, Saturday morning. What is it? Just after 9:15 a.m. local time. I don't know if my device here, my camera is actually showing speed info this time. I tried moving the antenna on it to see if it helps, but last update I did, I noticed it still wasn't giving speed info. Anyway, alright, so we just got past Appleton, Wisconsin a few minutes ago, and just finished getting past the way station just north of Appleton when I started talking here. Currently northbound on Interstate 41 on the way into Green Bay. Yeah, I went in the opposite direction after I made that delivery in Tomah early this morning. The Tomah delivery went well. I was only there for a couple hours, and you might have seen that I stopped and saw and visited with my cousin Lori in Salt Lake City along the way to Tomah. And after I made the delivery, I ended up going down to Portage, Wisconsin to wash out the trailer, and then over to Fond du Lac to get reefer fuel. I should have gotten the reefer fuel while I was up there still in Tomah. Actually, I even thought about filling up the reefer tank before I even left Clear Lake, Iowa. That's where I stayed the night, stayed for the day yesterday, but I was kind of concerned that running in continuous mode that it was going to burn off enough fuel where I might need more fuel anyway before picking up this next load. All right, anyway, so I'm going to get to the point where we're getting to the point of what the topic of the title of this video is, and that would be about a woman who accidentally got herself killed in a mishap at an airfield in Southern California known as Gray Butte Field Airport. Now, Gray Butte Field is actually about roughly halfway between my home in Victorville and Palmdale, which is about 40 miles or so from my house. Anyway, it opened up originally as a World War II, I think, test base or something, where pilots would get trained or whatever. And then it eventually closed down, and then now it's owned by General Atomics. Actually, this same exact airfield, I had a couple of job interviews lined up for to work there after I left the Air Force. I was originally going to be, I first interviewed for a scheduler position, which basically schedules the flights and, on all the scheduled maintenance, items on the airplanes too, and all that. Anyway, I was going, I actually did both a phone and a personal face-to-face interview for that position, but didn't get the job. I don't know what really happened there. That's another story. I had another phone interview lined up for a tool grid position over there. I was just going to at least get my foot in the door at least, and maybe get to where I was working on the airplanes too. But then I got to thinking, I was kind of burnt out on aircraft maintenance to an extent. Anyway, I like to work. The management structure, can be a pain in the butt sometimes, and the chemicals that I had to work with, I always kind of wonder if they contributed at all to my health problems that I had. Anyway, that same airfield though. Now, there's a woman there who I take to be an avionics type. Basically, someone who specializes in all the instrument stuff and maybe not so much the navigation equipment, but you know, like any like the pitot tubes or static ports and all the gauges and stuff that the pilots use. Well, of course, on you know, with General Atomics, what they do is they fly MQ-9A Reaper unmanned aerial vehicles there. So, you know, they have the operators sitting on the ground, and the airplane takes off while they're controlling it from the ground. Anyway, they had this woman, I guess she had some kind of an electronic test kit of some sort in her hand, and she was approaching the aircraft, and it must have been the back of the aircraft, and I think from the side, because for some stupid reason she had no idea that the engine on it was running. So on a Reaper, it has one propeller blade, you know, or, well, not one propeller blade, but one set of propellers, one engine that has propellers on the back end of the fuselage. And she just ran and walked straight into it while she's looking down at her device thing. Yeah, while she was hitting buttons on it and stuff, had no idea what she was walking herself into. And she ended up getting herself killed by when she walked right into the propeller. Okay, so my Air Force career, because I did a full 20-year career in the Air Force, I'm going to tell you I worked on C-130 aircraft first, or EC-130 more particularly. Then after that I worked on C-141 aircraft. That's also known as the Flying Lizard. Then I worked on a combination of the C-141 and KC-135 until the C-141 retired. And then we replaced the C-141s with C-17s. So those are the 4 airplanes I have a lot of experience with. And anyway, C-130s, they have propellers too. Yeah, it's what you call a turboprop aircraft. It's basically a jet engine aircraft, but a jet engine that has a reduction gearbox on the front end of it and a set of propellers that attach to that gearbox. Okay, so... Alright, shut up. Alright, shut up. Quit interrupting me. Alright, shut up already. I don't need your help, alright? I can look at the map. Anyway, yeah, now, when I worked on 130s, certain C-130 units, they would actually prohibit their mechanics from walking between the prop arms. Even if the engines weren't running, they would forbid, some units would actually forbid their people from walking, let's say, in between the inboard engines and the fuselage, or between the 2 engines, because of exactly this. If there's a chance that the engines are running and you're not paying attention, or you get hypnotized, as we call it, by the, when you're just looking through the propeller blades, they're spinning 1100 RPM, and it's hard to make out if it's actually spinning, but I don't know. I don't know how that's possible though. I spent 4 years working on those things, and there's the thing: they make noise, and they also have exhaust streams. Even if you have a clear exhaust, they put out heat. And if you guys know anything about hot air, you can see like heat wave. It's actually called a heat wave, I believe. You can actually see those heat waves coming out the exhaust of the engine, whether it has props or if it has a jet, like a turbojet or turbofan engine. Let me over it, bitch ass. Alright, we're gonna get on to Highway 172 here. Before we get over to Interstate 43, we're gonna get off the freeway here. We're gonna be picking up a load at the JBS Swift beef plant over here. I've been here a few times. Been a while, but I've been here. Alright, so, and there was another incident about a year or 2 ago. I don't remember exactly when, but similar situation. There was, where was it at? Austin? think Austin Bergstrom Airport, I want to say. I might have been I might have been somewhere else, but I'm wanting to say Austin. There was an aircraft that had taxied in, a twin engine aircraft. Y'all gonna let me in, right? Oh, come on, dude. No, we're not doing this shit. I'm not gonna do 55 miles an hour with your ass. Or maybe I should, because it is a 55 zone. Alright, anyway, this woman who was, and I'm not trying to make it sound like it's always women doing this, because it's not. Because there's another one I'm going to tell you about in a minute that was not a woman. But it's, yeah, in this particular case in Austin, it just happened to be a woman. Damn it, come on. I fucking hate these pinch points like that. But anyway, this woman was walking toward the aircraft from the side. Now, I think this was a creature of habit situation, though, because a lot of times twin engine aircraft, after they land and they get off the runway, it's common for them to shut down their number one engine, which is the left wing engine, and they'll just taxi to the ramp with only the number two engine running. And I guess this woman was under the impression that the aircraft taxied in that manner, but was not aware that the engine was still running, and she just assumed that it was shut off. Didn't look for the visual clues that, hey, engine's still running. Don't approach the engine from the side, for one, or especially if it's running, because jet engines will suck you in and kill you. There was one case on an aircraft carrier where an A6 intruder, or EA6B Prowler, whatever it was, an A6 airframe. They were getting ready to launch it, and the guy got careless, didn't duck down, and because he had to be underneath the intake of the engine to make sure the hook for the catapult was locked in right, or latched in right, but he didn't get down far enough, and next thing you know, the engine sucked him in, and his helmet and headset actually saved him. It actually what we call fought out the engine. Come on, dude, move, stupid. Thank you. You live here, I don't. You should know that this fucking lane is. But anyway, yeah, that guy got lucky and survived, but the woman in Austin did not. You can be, now we have danger zones on aircraft engines. Generally speaking, on jet aircraft, it's 25 feet in front of the intake, or 200 feet behind the tailpipe. From the side, they don't really say. It's just 25 feet around in any direction from the intake section, really. But yeah, she got too close and got sucked in and cut up into a whole bunch of little pieces. And same thing happened to another individual in. We're gonna get off of this exit right here, County Road GV. Or Monroe Road. I think this other one happened in, I want to say in Birmingham, Alabama, but I've known of multiple cases of this kind of stuff happening. And ultimately, I hate to call a spade on this, but if you do this kind of stuff, you're a Darwin Award winner. Sorry. Same as when you're walking toward a car that is coming right at you and you're walking in the damn travel lane when the lane is there for motor vehicle traffic, not for pedestrians. And you're walking straight toward the car that hits and kills you. Sorry, you're a freaking Darwin Award winner. Same thing I just talked about a month, within the last month or so. Now, I'm not saying that these are stupid people, but because you can be the most brilliant person on the planet and still make a stupid and fatal mistake. And that's what I think these people did. I'm not going to sit there and question their intelligence, because really, I'd almost say it could happen to anybody, but in reality, I would say if you have that mentality where you can't be attentive to details, I see this split up here, but can I use both sides? Yeah, it looks like I can. Okay. Anyway, if you have that kind of mentality where you can't focus on or be aware of these dangerous details when you're in that line of work, then you really shouldn't be doing that line of work in the first place. Just stay out of the industry. And I'm going to say the same thing with trucking, because trucking is the same situation here. Trucks are very dangerous to be around. I've almost gotten ran over a couple of times myself by people who weren't paying attention, and or one case I might have been in their blind spot. The other one I was definitely not in their blind spot, but they weren't paying attention anyway. I saw the dangerous situation before it even developed into the dangerous situation, and I was on high alert before it even happened. So, yeah, and there have been people who get ran over at truck stops. You know, one happened at that new pilot truck stop in Ellensburg, Washington, a couple of years ago, or a year or two ago, whatever it was. Same thing, people not paying attention, although the driver in that case might have had the sun in his face, and might have also had a blind spot on the person, because the A-pillar and mirrors over there are a blind spot. So there is that possibility. Alright. So if you have any plans on getting into trucking or an aviation career field, or working around either aircraft or trucks, and I would even say trains too, stay out of the industry if you can't be mindful of details at all times. You know, when I went through basic training, even though we had the easiest, no, that's not it. Because no, maybe it was. Yeah, because I was gonna say I thought I was supposed to check in over there. There are two facilities over here, but I want to say, yeah, the first one, which I thought might have been that one, is normally where I would check in at and drop my trailer. But well, we can come up here, but they'll probably just tell me to turn around and go back over to that other facility. So. We'll take a look here. And it is a drop hook. It doesn't drop dead time until tomorrow morning, but I was told by dispatch twice already that the load is already ready for pickup now. So that's why I'm here to check in now. Oh, so here we go. Yeah, so there's a JBS sign right here. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that I normally check in at. I knew it was before the one that my pin is on. Semi trucks use right lane. All right. Yeah, if all goes as expected, I should be dropping my empty right here. 50-50 chance my loaded will be over here as well. It might be over at the other facility too, though. All right, guys, we are checked in here. Pretty quick. That guy is fast. However, now it's kind of backward with what I just said. So he said he doesn't need my trailer here right now. They want it over on the other lot, which is right up the street. check in with the guard shack over there, and then drop the trailer over on that side, and then we'll bobtail back over here. Our loaded is indeed ready. It is over on this side. Hopefully that thing's, yeah, I always worry about them damn gate arms like coming down right at the same time I'm trying to go by it or something. It's a nice looking dog. The dog looks very similar to one of ours. Look at that dog's used to running with her too, because he's it doesn't look like he's having a tendency to try to sniff everything in creation. He's actually keeping pace with what she's doing. Alright, yeah, this is the employee only lot right here. We're gonna go up a little further. Is this it right here? No. Alright, yeah, this side, this light right here, we're going to turn left. You can see the plant/truck entrance sign right there. Damn it, car. I'd already committed to entering the intersection and wanting to come over by the time that car came out the driveway. Alright, I don't think I need to be, I don't think I need to use the scale. Could be wrong. Monitor channel 20. Hello. All the way at the right, okay. Alright, thanks. Alright guys, yeah, he might have already been made aware by the other guard that I was coming over here, so that could be why that was so easy. Alright, all the way at the right. I don't know if he wants it over in this lane, right over this row over here. I guess I don't know if he said the right. I'll just go and drop it over here. And if I don't know if the shag driver doesn't like this spot and doesn't want me parking it here, then I guess he can yell at me and tell me where to put it. Alright, we can do a kind of a modified U-turn style setup there. Okay. Thank you. Thanks. Alright, so yeah, that's what I figured. Because most of these have their reefer units running like it's like these are loaded. Alright. Kind of glad he was paying attention there, because I don't think I've ever dropped on this side before. Every other time I've been here, I think I dropped over in the other lot. So, and then the first time I ever came here, I think my loaded was over here, but I dropped my empty over there. I'm guessing over here is where they want it then, and then, but then this is all, oh no, here we go. I say I don't want to sit here and blindside my trailer into a spot if I don't need to. There's room over here though, but I see a hearse box right there. Alright, how about I drop it over in that gap over there somewhere? Put it back in there some, I don't know. It's the only place that it seems like it would work with, see I can finagle it into that, in that area back there. This thing here really screwed me up because I was looking around that shed, I couldn't see that cardboard structure thing there. Well, not cardboard, but plywood thing. Until I was already committed to going around there. Would just, yeah. Because I really wanted to put it over here on the other side of this GBS trailer, but I mean, this might work too. Well, fingers crossed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to yell at me for dropping it here, but someone could get annoyed with me for putting it here. I mean, where else am I supposed to put it? Except put it all the way in the back. Alright, let's get this one dropped and head back over. Alright. We are disconnected. Now just pull forward. Drop it gently. We got zero pressure. Yep, we're good. Alright, so yeah, I was talking earlier about how on C-130 units, some of the units, you know, it's up to their supervision whether or not they want to allow their personnel to walk through the prop arcs like that when the engines aren't running. And my unit, we were allowed to, but there were other units that they didn't, you know, whether like say squadron commanders or whoever, who would not let them do it. And you know, there are times where it was necessary to walk up to the propellers. You know, for one, we got to do our inspections, intake and exhaust inspection before and after every engine operation, and that includes flights, by the way. And then also, I don't. If you ever notice, if you ever look at a C-130 when they're parked, a lot of times the propellers will look like they're in a T shape, and then other times they'll look like they're in an X shape. So there's a reason for that. If they're in a T shape, they're in their normal static position, where it's just you know, because they have what's called a prop brake, and you know, before an engine starts, we X the prop to release the prop brake, and that way it helps. It makes the engine start easier. Yeah, and I had another time when I worked on 130s. We had, yeah, this guy's getting ready to back in over there. This guy walking across anyway. Come on, dude, don't fucking try to go past me when I'm only over here waiting because the bull hauler and the guy walking. This guy wants to be a douchebag. Freaking impatient piece of shit. Alright, anyway. I had one time where we did what was called a man on the stand run. And in those cases, it's basically they do that with, you know, have a jet shop guy trimming the fuel control on that particular engine, and the fuel control's down on the bottom of the engine. And you know, you have two of us. You know, it was the guy. I was standing ground, the crew chief standing ground, and then had let's double check. I think we're, as long as we get a thumb up from him. Alright, let me get my status changed again. Just now that I'm off the property, I gotta go back to drive mode for temporarily. Alright, man on the stand, what we do is we put this maintenance stand called a B1 stand underneath the engine. You guys can see what a B1 stand looks like. I'll show you a screenshot of it, or also one of my more popular videos on my channel where I'm getting a level 1 inspection as a bobtail. There's actually a B1 stand at the weigh station, and I was actually talking about that same stand to the DOT officer there. So yeah, we put one of those there, and then we wrap it with chains, and the rail on the stand is like freaking not even a foot away from the props, and the props are going to be spinning at 1100 RPM right there while you're on the stand working just a couple of feet away. Yeah, it's kind of unnerving when you're that close to. Yeah, close to it when it's spinning that fast. Okay, we're gonna check back in with this guy. I got the message from my dispatch what trailer number it is, but I don't know if he wants me to check with him again real quick. Alright guys, we are ready to go get our trailer now. I assume it's going to be a Hirschbach trailer because it has a number that I don't recognize. Because even the Hirschbach spec JCT trailers are all H30,000 or H40,000 numbers. This one, they didn't say a letter on it, but they said it was a 20,000 number. And I've never seen a JCT trailer with that with the 20,000 number on it, so I'm gonna assume it's a Hirschbach trailer. I think I have seen, because I haven't really paid too much attention to the Hirschbach badge trailers with their trailer numbers. Some of them are like 40,000s as well, but I think I do. I think I have seen a couple that were at 20s or something, but no, my luck will be right next to Prime. Nope. Oh man, these G's. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it is a Hirschbach trailer right here. Thing's sitting kind of high. Yeah, I'm gonna have to raise my bags. I bet you I'll still have to raise the landing gear so my fifth will even touch the apron. Oh no, I got pressure. So that means that the apron is actually pushing on the fifth wheel now. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it hook in. Alright, I'm going to get this trailer pre-tripped real quick, and then after that we're going to go over to the shipping office right over here by this first dock door, and we'll get the bills there. Alright guys, we're all done here. Let's go get checked out. I noticed something interesting on the side markers on this trailer. Well, for one, it has more of them than the JCT trailers do, but the turn signal side marker on the side, it actually has arrows that kind of flash in sequence in a forward direction. I don't think I'd noticed that on Hirschbach trailers before. Alright, we're going to go get checked out, and then on the way out of here we'll talk about where to scale the load and where it's going to as well, because it is a heavy load. I'm going to scale it out before I get out of the area. I'll probably be done with the video before we get to the scale, but we'll show you where you can find the nearby cat scales at least. I don't think this guy even did a pre-trip. He was barely even there for long. Hello. Good, how are you?
Oh, we're all right. Yeah, censure on this one, right about the center there.
Okay.
That's yours. You go ahead and pull forward. I'll check the seal after.
Thanks, you too. Alright guys, we are ready to head out of here. Alright, so where are we heading to next with this load? It is going to Charlotte, North Carolina, to the Sigma facility over there. Yeah, an area you don't see me around too much. Actually, somewhat on the rare side, at least for me personally. Yeah, that's a big ass turkey right there. Turkey vulture, or whatever that thing is. I think it's a turkey vulture. Too bad my cameras aren't. It's too far off to the side. My camera isn't going to pick it up. I don't know. Maybe my side camera will pick it up after we pass. But I think he's too close to the fence, though. I'm not sure either. Any of my cameras will pick him up. It's pretty big. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so how to get to Charlotte? We're going to come back down here to Interstate 43, or, well, that highway that'll get us to 43. And then we'll take 43 south over to Milwaukee and work our way down to Chicago. We'll go right through Chicago and Gary area, work our way down to Indianapolis. And then from Indianapolis, take I-70 across from there to Dayton, Ohio. And then what's that? I-7, or, well, I think this thing here is, that's probably US 35 or something. I don't know. I haven't zoomed in, and I'll have to check later. I was originally thinking Indianapolis and then Interstate 74 down from there, but there are 74 and 77, which I think is the one that you see going down through Kentucky. Oh, or actually, no, it's I-75 going down to, or no, it is, yeah, 74 down to Cincinnati. And then I think that's I-75 going down there to the Kentucky, Tennessee area. That's originally what I was thinking was 74 over to, what's that, was that Charleston, West Virginia? And then 77 down from there all the way to Charlotte. But this thing is saying that the faster route is the one that is showed there, which is basically down through from Dayton. Let's get out of here first, and then we'll worry about that. Anyway, that's kind of the idea and what's going on there with where I'm going to next and how I'm planning to get there. Now let's talk about scaling. Alright, so right here is the nearby Catskills. The nearest one that's along my desired route is this one right there, a quick trip in Denmark, Wisconsin. So that's looks like 11.5 miles away. So that's the one I'm gonna go to scale my load. It's a 42,000 pound load. Alright, so yeah, that's only, I think you saw the last screen, 965 or so miles if I go that way, or the way that that it was suggesting. So yeah, and I got enough clock to run about 240-ish miles today, somewhere in that ballpark. Probably, I'm wondering if I should better off be in that outer lane, but I kind of anticipated needing to make a left turn once I get up there to where I need to be. Oh, you're not doing that shit to me. And we have trucks have the right of way here anyway. Yeah, trucks have the right of way in roundabouts in Wisconsin. But at least as far as I understand, that's how it works. I know there was a law that passed a few years back. Actually, my first year in trucking, Wisconsin passed a law giving trucks the right of way in roundabouts. But the details on how it works, I'm not totally up to speed on. But all right, anyway. 43 south here. I will see you guys in Charlotte, all right? Well, Let's assuming I deliver it myself. It's not due until Tuesday, and it's barely Saturday morning right now. I don't know, if I'm lucky here, I'll be able to get a 34-hour reset in when I'm nearby. Now, I don't plan on running it straight into Charlotte. I might, I'm going to probably run out my clock today, and then run out my clock tomorrow, and then wherever that's at, I'll probably sit there for as long as needed until it's time to deliver, and then I'll run it in then. That's at least tentatively what my plan is, because 240 miles and then add in another 600 plus, that's 840. That'll barely put me a little over 100 miles away from the receiver by that last lake. So I'm not going to sit there and run a 100-mile shift if I don't need to. And if I have an opportunity where I'm already running on recaps right now, so if I can knock out a 34-hour reset before it's time to deliver, I can have a fresh clock to reload with too. So that would be tentatively what I'm planning to do there, right? So we're gonna head 43 south here. All right, I will see you guys in Charlotte and in a few days from now, hopefully, as long as they don't tell me to drop or swap somewhere. All right, you have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.